It was in 2017 when the Knysna fires, described as the worst wildfire disaster to date, devastated some parts of the Western Cape province, leading to large-scale damage and billions in insurance claims. Insurance expert Christelle Coleman describes the recent wildfires in some parts of the Eastern and the Western Cape as depicting similar characteristics, with flare-ups that will see many counting their losses.
When these events happen, it's an opportunity for you to check your policy and to learn the lessons that we see play out in real time. So what we found with the Knysna fires is, first of all, there were many uninsured homes, and even homes that you wouldn't expect to be uninsured. So multi-million rand homes where people didn't renew their cover. So the lesson number one is check that your home insurance policy is in place, your home and contents, and that you actually have insurance. The second thing that we found is, in businesses and private homes, was that people were drastically underinsured. And then there's a lot of anxiety that comes with those insurance claims, because now you've had a huge damage to your property and you can't repair it because your payout from the insurance company is not what you expect it to be.
Coleman says with the year 2026 starting on a fiery note, insurance will help in protecting assets, stock and profits, providing a peace of mind in times of fire disasters.
You must be able to rebuild your home with the sum insured that you have on your policy. So if your house is insured for R1 million, you have to be able to rebuild it for R1 million. So you must take into account current rebuilding costs, architect's fees, professional fees. Ask your broker, ask your insurer to explain this to you. And if you can, many insurance companies like ourselves offer professional valuation services so that we get this right. Or you can ask a builder friend or someone who understands what it will cost to rebuild. And then on the content side, you must be able to buy everything new in your house. So even if your TV is 10 years old, you don't insure it for what it cost 10 years ago. It's insured for what it costs today. So getting this right is very, very important.
An agricultural economist, Tabile Ngunjana, says the supply chain disruptions that come with wildfires tend to have a negative impact on the economy.
There has been some disturbances in terms of the road, some closures here and there. I know, for instance, there's some fires that have been crossing across, a number of roads, be it N2, some R's across, the province there towards Bucha and, moving towards to the Nelson Mandela part. So economically, of course, things like that, you remember that, an economy is something that is very complex in terms of the movements that are going in with the supply chains.
Coleman believes the insurance industry should be able to keep up with the disasters, even in cases of arson, with a large number of claims unlikely to cripple the industry or trigger an increase in premiums.
What you must remember is the insurance companies in our market, they reinsure with global reinsurance companies. These are the biggest companies in the world. They're right at the top of the food chain when it comes to insurance. And when there is a catastrophe event like this, these big reinsurance companies give money back to the local insurers. So you can almost imagine, the big insurance companies in our market, the Santams, the Old Mutuals, the Lombards, we buy insurance from the reinsurers. And then when these catastrophe events, we call them CAT events, happen, whether it's flood or fire, that money then is paid back to us by the big reinsurers who we pay premiums to.
While no lives have been lost and mop-up operations continue in some areas, fire crews remain on high alert as scorching temperatures create extreme fire dangers, with those affected expected to start counting their losses and submitting insurance claims. Katlego Logodi, SABC News in Johannesburg.